Some of you have some questions or comments for Adria, and we'll get to those in just a couple of minutes, but you did bring some things with you, and I think some of them are very interesting, and we're going to video this conversation so we can put it on newstalk1010.com and the YouTube page. A container that I find the most interesting of the things you brought, because you don't think about going to a takeout food restaurant and taking something with you. You think of all those cardboard and plastic containers they give you, but you have something here. Talk about it.
Absolutely. Well, what I have here is a stainless steel canister it's called To Go Where, the name of the company, and basically it's a tiered stainless steel canister. You can, in this one, fit 2 separate courses.
So you can put the pad thai and the paneer or something in there if you went to an Indian restaurant.
Exactly. Yeah. If you want your coconut curry or whatever, wherever you're going, you can, in this case, order 2 dishes. You can order taller ones that can put in multiple dishes, and they're fantastic because A, they don't leach as styrofoam does. B, you don't have to even think about what happens to it at the end of the day, because all you do is wash it and use it again and again and again until the end of time. And you know what I've found, because I do love takeout, and if you're going to a place that doesn't have really recyclable containers, or even if it does, this is a really welcomed option. Even if you bring just your own homemade Tupperware, not homemade, but the Tupperware you already have at home, I have found surprisingly that store owners, waiters, waitresses, they smile when you bring this in and say, hey, this is a great idea. I wish more people did it.
Well, it saves them money too. Those things they have are not only, because they really are pretty clumsy environmentally. I mean, they're things that people would frown at anywhere else, and they're, I'm sure, expensive.
And you know what? Styrofoam now is recyclable in the city of Toronto, but that doesn't really mean much because it's actually only what we call downcycled. So it gets recycled once into maybe a plant tray that you get from the garden center, and then it's dead. It can't be recycled again. And plus, the styrofoam recycling plant in this province did close, so we are now sending
Where was it?
styrofoam.
It wasn't the one in Newmarket. Where was it?
It was, I think it wasn't in Oakville. It might have been in Newmarket.
We have to send it off somewhere now.
Now we're sending it to the U.S. and testing the markets down there. So I would rather see you get one of these stainless steel To Go wares, or just bring your own Tupperware from home.
Now, I was surprised. It wasn't you I had on, but somebody. It might have been, maybe it was you, when we talked about the amount of electricity used by just a big screen TV when it's off but plugged in and so on. Mm-hmm. And you've got something here called an energy-saving kit from Bye Bye Standby. Tell us about that.
I love this product because I'm always encouraging my readers and listeners to unplug all of their electronics.
You did say that. It was you, and you said that here. Just take the plug out, and when you're away or out of house, unplug your TV.
Exactly. But, it's also a pain in the butt to sit there unplugging all of your electronics, so I always told people to put it all, especially entertainment units, on a power bar and flick it off. But, you still have to crawl behind on the floor, get on your hands and knees, and flick. In this case, it actually comes with a remote control, so you can flick off your great plug into which you can plug your power bar, and you can flick the whole system off from 90 feet, within 90 feet of it. So you could
leave the remote by the door.
Exactly,
and
that's
if
the beauty of it.
It was on the main floor, you could probably just push the button and it would turn everything off.
Because, you might be running out the door late for work, sitting there going, oh, man, I forgot to unplug everything. Oh, who has time? But if you had this little remote at your front door, flick, 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 they're all off in the house.
Does it have a price tag on it there?
This one, I think, the price tag isn't on it.
Yes,
I think it's about $30, $35.
So $35. So, over a period of time, you're going to save that much.
Absolutely. They actually guarantee that it'll pay for itself in as little as 2 months.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Now, another thing we have here is what is called Benefect Botanical Disinfectant. Now, that's interesting because it says it kills 99.99% of bacteria, mold, HIV, and mycobacteria. Who would want that and for what?
Well, you know what, John? I would say that most Canadians now
have
gotten
germ
completely
freaks.
Yes, we've become germaphobes, and I blame the media. My people, our people. We've gone around with those cameras, blue light cameras that show the germs on your sponge and on your kitchen counter and all that, and we've freaked everyone out. So everyone's run out to buy antibacterial everything, from dish soap to counter kitchen cleaners, that kind of thing. And I am not a fan of those chemicals because those products mainly contain triclosan. And that's a chemical that is now being found to mess with the gender of frogs. You're finding hermaphrodite frogs linked to triclosan. It's also being found in breast milk now and wildlife all over the place. So I would rather see you get, if you are a germ freak and I can't convince you to just give it up, switch to an all-natural version made out of thyme oil. I'm not kidding here. Health Canada actually approved this for use as a hospital-grade disinfectant.
Interesting.
And, you know, it comes in giant tubs. If you want to switch your daycare over, your child's school, your office over, I would recommend this product. It's made in Ontario.
Wow.
The company is called Benefect. And even if you don't get Benefect's name brand product, actually Home Hardware and health food stores carry offshoots that are made by Benefect, but they come under different names as if it has thyme oil in it. I think Natura makes one, and Nature Clean. They're household disinfectants, and I recommend them. But although I do recommend, you know, just laying off
Back
the
off on the
germophobia a
germ-free
little
side
bit,
of it.
please.
All right,
Yeah.
what we're going to do, take a short